Not many people are aware nor even educated to the historical fact that etymologically the word holy is rooted in and has familial relationship to the word whole. If you stop to think about this, it makes perfect sense. When the whole is cared for, the situation is holy. When all is understood, understanding is complete. But we do not live like this. We live caring for a few in battle, and our understanding is related to limited knowledge, which the Bible itself tells us removed us from the Garden of Eden and the Kingdom of Heaven. We have strange, unseen, unrecognized dichotomies within the daily functional disorder of our societies, which is being fueled by our divisively thinking brains, attempting desperately to gain a position of unity within a field of brutally divisive fragments, which is never going to happen anytime soon. Holy. Could our world become holy? Beyond the word, us humans have never had any real understanding of the meaning of that word. We have rested within our ideological and conceptual formulations of what that word points to, but we have never incessantly and passionately questioned what the word holy points to. Neither have we considered it a quality we may bring into our lives, and therefore into the lives of our conflicted and corrupted relationships and our societies. Love resides where holy ground is found, nowhere else. Do you think you love? Our love comes to us from our divisively educated and so isolated and separated psychological existences. And it is truly not love. This is attachment. We cling to our partners. We do not love them. If they leave us, we cry, and our love can quickly show its truest of colours, the other side of the pleasure principle we were receiving within a possessive and possessed relationship. We do not know love. You can give any quality any name. It does not confer an understanding of it. Is love to be found anywhere in our divisive, conflicting, worried, fearsome human brain? Have you looked to see what is in there? You will find fears, you will find confusion, you will find a flow of words which would bring the capacity of any comprehensive dictionary to shame. You will find emotions, likes and dislikes. You will find ambition in one form or another. Time will be ample, pasts and futures. You will find a self, a talking, thinking entity, a divisive structure based on previous life and educated experiences. You may find hate and oppositions not only to others in life and to unfortunate life circumstances, but you may find opposition in here to the structure of the mind itself. The human mind can easily become victim to its own activities, limiting quality of daily life greatly. Do we not all see this? Where, in this mixed bag of memories, attachments, fears, pleasures and pains, have you basked in the glory of a universal love? If such a thing exists, this is not the place. And yet this is all we seem to have. Holiness, a covering of the whole ground. Love must be related to this. We never see the whole ground. We refuse to look outwardly and inwardly, and we are fatally blind in both directions because we have an untrue contradiction within the structure of our thinking minds, an educated construct of a psychological thinker which feels separate from and therefore feels in a legitimate position to suppress, run away from, control, manipulate, or generally attempt to maintain and bring order to the inner workings of what we call our thinking minds. We live inwardly as an ideological concept of me, divided from and so eternally in conflict against other life experiences which I consider are not me. And yet, if I take the time to patiently observe the moment-by-moment internal movements of this educated psychological structure, I shall surely come to see that all thinking emanates from the same brain. When this is seen, not accepted, not thought about, not analysed, not aimed for, not agreed upon, but seen, then the human mind will find rest. It will stop to conflict against itself. It has been a societal education and a conformity to a long-standing traditional psychological approach to life that I am something other than life. This is untrue. I am a part of all life. As long as I see my inner thinking structure as something I must control or suppress or run away from or bring order to in any way, I shall lead my life into a brutal disorder and ultimately to violence. Why? Because I am now divided at the very root of my being between what I think I am and what I think I am not. If I look closer, I shall come to see that what I have thought I am not and in virulent opposition to is actually a part of what I am. This inner psychological battle is between two opposing energies, but both having the same source. To find that psychological source inwardly, actually, not theoretically or conceptually, takes serious investigation. But if I have the leisure time available to my life, if life affords the ability to take the time, and if I can patiently and passionately observe my inner workings of an educated and conceptually trained mind, grounded in language and knowledge, then I can lead myself out of this conceptual cage of living and into a universe of great love, depth, beauty, life, death, and freedom. We live in such a universe and we are destroying our part of it because we are lost inside conflicted, traditionally operating, automatically functioning human brains. This earth may be dying now, but the human brain has been in decay and dying from the very first steps it ever took into following knowledge and the divisions in life between us, which must follow from such a colossal mistake as that one. Knowledge of myself is unproductive to my life and leads it into division. It is also completely unnecessary to life. Knowledge is mechanical and time-bound. Leave it there. In relationship, knowledge will bring our collective end, because knowledge is what divides us. When you see this, you really begin to wonder, why are we all training our children to the discipline, conformity, and prison cell of functional knowledge? Inwardly, so far in this video, we have been exploring our inner state to view with accuracy an inner division between thinker and thoughts. An actual, factual division. This is not theoretical. We are looking and we are seeing what is actually taking place. This is meditation. Seeing what is is transformative meditation to the human mind. Let's take a look outwardly now, in the only way which makes any sense, not from an initially divisive point of education, of my interests, not as a British man nor a Polish man, but freely, and so free from any prejudices my inner conditionings may bring to my investigation. If my investigation is to be true, I must become a good scientist, a better one than most around today. I must also be completely honest to myself about what I am seeing. And if what I see comes to contradict with how I have previously viewed my life, the very seeing of that fact will be the action which removes the previously accepted limitation from my mind. I am entering an area I have little understanding of, and we all have little understanding of our lives. Just look around at the absolute mess we are making of it. Our lives themselves are telling us so. We need only listen, but we need listen holistically. Otherwise, we will only find knowledge. It is seeing the whole, which is not only to enter a life of holiness, but is to enter a life not founded on limited knowledge, but on total and complete understanding. A mind which sees the whole of life and the whole of its own inner movements is a mind on completely solid ground. It has understood life. It is a real shame our educational establishments have not considered such noble design for our children. Capitalism is not the same all-inclusive league at all. And sitting for hours cross-legged, listening to nice music, projecting inward feelings and pictures of calm and tranquility can all be a nice escape from a conflicted and brutal life based in pointless warring competition with yourself and others, but it is not going to lead our race back through the gates of that Garden of Eden and into a kingdom of heaven. Visiting a church once a week, offering coin and time and emotional dedication to an educated belief may bring some comfort and solace to a life non-understanding of its entire existence, but this will always fall into second place when viewed alongside a life which has come to witness the beauty of the living universe around and inside itself. Such a mind has died to its past, died to a process of continual operational knowledge in relationship, died to viewing lives through the eyes of others. Awakening to your own authentic view of life is not easy. This is probably the most arduous journey any of us could ever take, for our psychological security today is rooted in a divisively educated and traditional madness between each other. We gain our security in comparison against another's lack of it. We are not holy because we do not care for others, and therefore we are not caring for the whole. We have no heart to, because the considerations of our hearts are educated and conditioned and programmed and acting as they do, and so are deeply limited to my very own backyard. We are failing to see. We have a collective backyard we are all sharing and living within. Will you take up this life challenge, the one which is being openly displayed here? Will you enter a journey of true meditation, which is a journey into yourself? This is a journey which never can end, because what you are is both human and divine. This is a journey into educated knowledge and talking words. But behind all that constructed, societally generated information, telling you about what you are and what your world is your likes and dislikes, your pleasures and pains, your attachments and fears, your hopes and your dreams and your desires, your lives and your deaths. Behind all of this movement lies the movement of universal life. It is not thought which beats your heart. It is not thought which gave birth to your life, nor which will end it. You are more than thought. Under all this educated confusion lies the beating heart and the living mind of a loving universe. What would you give in life to find such a place? The cost is the life you are living today.